Alright guys, so the first thing that we'll do is go on their website, which is www.wes.org. Okay, make sure we change this to Canada. Just click on this and select WES Canada, and we'll apply as a new applicant. So I will just click on get started, apply now, and where will you use evaluations? So Canada. So here on this page you have to select the second option, PC application for IRCC, if you're doing through express entry. So we'll just select this, start application. Alright, so we just have to create our account first. It's very simple. All your basic information, your name, date of birth. Do you have a WES reference number? So we'll click on no because we don't have one yet. Your email address, create a password. So I'm just going to fill up all the information. It's all basic, and I'll see you on the next page. Okay guys, after creating your account, the first thing we have to do is fill up our personal information. So again, your name, date of birth, gender, mailing address. So mailing address basically is your current address, because WES, they automatically send one copy of your evaluation report to IRCC. So for example, if I'm applying WES from Canada itself, I'm going to put my Canadian address. If you're someone who's living in India or any other country, just put your recent address, your current address, because WES will send one copy of your evaluation report to IRCC and one copy of your evaluation report onto this address. So again, just I'm going to go down, click on next. Alright guys, so after personal information is your education. So I'm just gonna click on add credential, but before that I will just quickly go through all this. So each individual must complete a separate WES application. Credentials added for both other individuals, example spouse, will not be included in your WES evaluation report. So if you have a spouse, husband or a wife which you have to do a separate WES application for them, you can really add their credentials on your application or your evaluation report. Only completed degrees or diplomas can be evaluated for the IRCC application, so your degree must be completed. WES, they don't evaluate all this, but occupational study, trade qualification, short-term professional development programs or work experience. And if part of your study of this credential was completed at a Canadian institution, please also indicate Canadian study on a separate entry. So don't get confused here. It doesn't mean that if you studied in Canada, then you have to mention that education as well. Basically, if you have done an education back home, which the part of which was completed here in Canada, then you have to mention the Canadian institution or the Canadian credentials. But if you have completed your education, the complete education in back home, you don't really have to mention your Canadian education. And you don't basically have to add the credential for your Canadian education. So having said that, I'm just gonna click on this add credential. Okay, so the first thing here is country of education. I'm gonna choose India. Type of education, so I did university, I studied from a university, so I'm gonna choose this. Which of these apply? I did bachelor's program, I did BTech, bachelor's in technology, so I'm going to choose bachelor's. Name of institution, so you most probably find your university name already mentioned here, so I'm just going to choose a random name. Let's go with this. Name of diploma or certificate. I did bachelor's, Bachelor of Mechanical Engineering. Choose that. So the name mentioned on your degree or diploma, that. Field of study, I'm going to choose mechanical. So year awarded is the completion year of your education. your degree. So I completed my graduation, my BTech in 2016. I'm gonna put that. Years attended is basically the start year and the end year of the education, your bachelor's, whatever you've done. Okay, so all the basic information. I'm gonna save. I'm gonna click save. So you will see that the credential has been added, but if you're someone who has done an MBA or a postgraduate diploma, you have to add the credential for that as well. So I'm just going to show you how to do that. It's the same thing. So let's do that. India University, and here if you've done MBA, just click on this, and just again the same thing, your institution name, the degree, the diploma, year awarded is the completion year, and the years attended from to is the start and the end of your course. Okay, I'm just gonna skip this and click next. So now it's your recipient information. So as I mentioned before, the copy, it says here as well, your copy will be sent to the address below. So the first recipient is you, so your address, and the second is automatically, which is added, is Canadian Immigration, IRCC. Make sure this address is correct. So again, you'll receive one copy at this address, and one copy of your evaluation report will be sent to IRCC. Okay, so we're good to go. Just gonna click next. Alright, so just gonna read all this. The primary purpose of your evaluation is immigration. The processing time, it says it takes about 35 business days after they receive, review and approve all documents. So basically it can take up to 3 to 4 months. Mine it took around 5 months, because your university they will take some time, and then they will ship it to the WES office. The shipment will take can take up to like 10-15 days, and then the WES will evaluate, I mean they will review it and approve all documents, and after that you will receive it. So the overall process can take up to anywhere between 3 to 4 months. Just keep that in mind. Scroll down. So it's $220. Click on next. So this option tracking with the tracking number is currently suspended, but if you see it open, I will suggest you to choose this, because you will get a tracking number and you can track your shipment. It's extra $25, but it's worth paying, because you can literally like track your WES evaluation report. But for now we will just choose this, the standard mail by Canada Post. Just click on next. So now is your required documents checklist, which is very important. It might differ from university to university, but it's most commonly the same. There are few points that I would like to mention here. So if you see this, WES only accepts documents issued, attested and sealed by the designated official at the institution that conducted the examination. Attestations by individual professor or eternal notary publics will not be accepted. So basically each university or your institution, they have a separate WES office, and there is a designated person who should attest all your mark sheets and final degree. And what else? So list of documents, basically it's your mark sheets, final mark sheets and the degree that needs to be attested. Put it in a sealed envelope here if you see it. So please ask the institution responsible for conducting the examination to attest, and send your documents directly to WES in a sealed envelope. Okay, and on that envelope, so it's your institution or university they have to send your final mark sheets and degree to the WES office, basically in a sealed envelope. You can really send it from your personal address, and the shipping address, you will see it here. which is, this is the format. You have to put your reference number that will be getting very soon. So your reference number, and this is the address. You can see it after as well once you pay the fee. So that's it. I'm just gonna click next. So now is a quick review of your application. Just make sure all the information is correct: your name, date of birth, mailing address. Okay, and then after that, just gonna check like this, check, and click next. Again, please confirm your name and date of birth. I'll just click on this, confirm. So now is the payment part. This is our fee summary. Standard delivery $10, then the ECA fees, taxes, total is $259, but I will recommend you to choose the tracking delivery if that's available. I think it's $25 extra, but you will get to track your WES report. Okay, so I'm just gonna click credit card and submit. So after filling all this information, once you click submit payment, you will get a reference number. So that reference number has to be on the envelope, on the sealed envelope, which is attested by your university or institution. You can really ship the document or the sealed envelope to the WES office. It's your university, they have to do it on your behalf, and on that address is they have to put the reference number as well. You can see the format once you can see the shipping address, the format once you click submit payment. And the WES is valid for 5 years from the date of issue, and the overall process can take up to 3 to 4 months, so keep that in mind.